Canada, nag-expect na ako na mahal talaga yung living cost.
So just a message to all the Filipinos and potential immigrants that want to come here. If you have a good job, a comfortable life, able to pay your medical bills, you don't have to worry about groceries. If this is your life, wherever you're from, don't come to Canada. Don't even think about selling all your assets to come here. Because if you have a decent paying job in the Philippines, chances are your degree there will not count for anything here. And the cost of living here in major cities such as Vancouver and Toronto, which is probably where you're planning to go, is going to be so high that there is no way that you're going to be able to find a place by yourself. On top of that, because your degree is not going to be valid in Canada, you will most likely be working at a minimum wage job. Canada is not the same as it used to be. See, back in the early 2000s and 90s, you used to be able to work a minimum wage job and live in an apartment with a roommate and still have enough money left over to pay your tuition to go to college. So even if you had to start all over again with your degree, it's okay because you were able to afford it. But nowadays, no way. Especially if you come here as an international student, you will be charged 4 times the amount as locals. So unless you come from a rich family, do not come here as an international student. Don't even think about it if you want independence. Don't even think about selling your property and giving up your good job to come here as a student. Because what's going to happen is that the government and the schools are going to milk you for all the money that you have. And after all is said and done, what's going to happen is you're going to have nothing to your name. And all that money that you had is spent on obtaining a BS degree that's not even in demand in Canada. And then because you're barely making ends meet, you're not going to have any fun in Canada. All that's going to happen is you're going to be stuck inside your house all winter long, freezing your asses off. Instead, what I do recommend is if you do want to come here as an international student or as an immigrant, first off, do it legally. I know it's tempting to lie about your funds, but trust me, you lie about your funds and you get here, you're gonna regret it. And not because of some legal trouble, but if you don't have the money that you claim that you have, it is going to be so much worse for you. Second, try having a family member or someone you know that is willing to house you as you go through school or you get your feet under you, aka a sponsor. And third, do some actual research on Canada and figure out what type of workers we actually have a shortage of. Because the Canadian government and all these universities and all these recruiters being paid by the universities, we do not have a worker shortage in every single industry. Tech, HR, business degrees, computer science, programming. Avoid that altogether. There is no shortage in that in Canada. What you want to look into is the medical field. But here's the tough part. The medical field has a shortage for a reason. Because becoming a nurse or a doctor is very expensive and painstaking and long. And unless you're rich, it's very hard for you to be a medical student in Canada as an international student. But anyways, I'm going way off topic here. The fact is, don't come to Canada if you have a comfortable life back home. All you're doing is setting yourselves up for being broke in Canada. Instead, focus your energy on improving your career back home.